My name's Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I started the station a couple years ago, so you know the truth, so you get inside information from about the IRS and give you to educate you on things you need to know. I've worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. I've been doing this actually for 50 years, and I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. I'm on TV quite a lot. You may have seen me on TV, and all my videos and my staff you can find at my website at 777irs.com, and you can get all my information. You can see my description section below. What I want to talk to you today about is tax attorneys, and do you need tax attorneys for IRS tax resolution cases? And first of all, before I start, I have a firm that has a couple tax attorneys in my firm, or people that I work with on a regular basis. So you just need to know general information. One of the big mistakes people make, and it costs them a bunch of money, is they're looking for tax attorneys to do tax resolution cases. And since I have them on my staff, I'm telling you right now, you don't need them. You're going to pay too much, and there are other people more qualified actually than they are. First of all, I'm not saying tax attorneys shouldn't work cases. There's certain attorneys that are very good working IRS resolution cases, like the ones who used to work at IRS, who know the division. But usually an attorney will go ahead and learn about IRS and how they work cases when they get clients, and they find out what's going on when they have clients and they're working them with IRS. They do not have a sustained practice of what IRS does, how they work the cases, what the internal policies are, and the parameters and boundaries of IRS. They just don't know that because they've never been taught that. That's not to knock them whatsoever, and I'm not doing that. But I'm telling you this, and I'm being brutally honest with you. The best person to work your IRS collection cases if you owe debt is a former IRS revenue officer, bar none. I don't care what anybody tells you, and I am one of them. I know that because I worked at IRS and I see everyone do their work. I've been on the outside for 40 years. If you're going to use a tax attorney, because it says tax attorney, because you assume they know what they're doing, they usually do not. There are some people that practice and they've learned well. I'm not taking that away, but you do not need a tax attorney to work resolution cases. Generally, as a general rule, a tax attorney does litigation kind of type of work. They look at maybe tax court stuff and other documents, and make on higher level determinations on maybe litigation matters. But like I tell you, there's firms out there, and if you're going to hire someone, you do hire your former IRS agent. And I am one. And God, you're going to think, oh my God, he's patting himself on the back. But honestly, think about it. Why would you not hire someone who worked at IRS, knows tax resolution, and has worked hundreds and hundreds? It's any former IRS revenue officer. If someone says former IRS, you have to know what division they've worked in. If you have a tax debt, you want a revenue officer. If you're going through an audit, you want a former IRS auditor. So it all depends on the problem you have. You always get former IRS agents. I have been doing this, listen to me, for 50 years. It's going to sound self-serving, but at the end of the day, it's simply the truth. You can call me out on it, but you ain't gonna win. I've worked 10,000 cases. Anyway, give me a subscription. You may not like what I said, but you just heard the truth today. Thank you very much for listening. I'd appreciate a subscription. You can cuss at me, do whatever you want, but I just told you the truth. Thank you.